Yield to Mr. Steube.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. I just want to respond to the contention that I didn't read the bill correctly. If you look at page 8, and I'll just read line 22 through 24, all of those listed physicians that I elicited in my remarks shall be located on site to the extent practicable, or if not practicable, shall be available on call. Now, I've only been a lawyer for 15 years, but shall means shall. And on call, to me, means on call in the sense that they have to be there within a certain period of time, those timeframes that are provided for in the bill previously. Those are such as, starting at line 15, licensed emergency care professionals, specialty physicians, including physicians that specialize in pediatrics, family medicine, obstetrics, gynecology, geriatric medicine, internal medicine, and infectious disease, nurse practitioners, other nurses, physician's assistants, licensed social workers, mental health professionals, public health professionals, dietitians, interpreters, and chaperones shall be located on site to the extent practicable, or if not practicable, shall be available on call. I wish that any of the veteran clinics that I have in my district had any of these people either located on site or on call. In my district, you have to drive about 2.5 to 4 hours to Bay Pines to get any of these listed physician specialties.
Gentleman, yield.
Because none of them are available to any of the veterans in my district. So we are going to treat illegal immigrants who come to our country with better health care than is available in my district in 9 counties in the state of Florida to veterans who have served our country, who have raised their right hand and sworn oath to our Constitution, who have served in combat, who are more than 30% service-connected disabled, and have the ability to get VA care.
Gentleman yield?
No, I will not yield. I have 3 minutes.
Clarification?
He's not yielding.
For edification?
This is my time, and I am speaking.
Would the gentleman just yield for 1 second?
No. I'll yield when I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Steube.
Gentleman controls the time.
Anybody else? Just waiting, because I've got 2:40.
The gentleman may proceed. His time is running.
I know it's running, and you've interrupted me 4 times now. So as I was saying, we are going to provide all of these special health care providers to every single CBP location in the entire United States to illegal immigrants who are illegally coming into our country, yet we are not going to provide the same level of health care to veterans who have served our country. I would think the general Americans, most Americans, regardless of your political affiliation, would have a little bit of a problem with that. Not to mention the basis of this amendment, how much is this gonna cost? How much is this gonna cost for CBP to be able to implement this bill? Because I know the Veterans Affairs budget from 2016 to today has gone up by $100 billion, and they can't even provide specialty providers at the clinics located, at least in my district. Now, I can't speak for everybody's district, but in my district. So I think most Americans would be very troubled by the fact that we are gonna provide health care with all of these specialties and psychiatric care. 21 veterans a day are committing suicide. 35 veterans committed suicide last year in our veteran clinics. Veterans in my district have told me that they have called Veterans Affairs for psychiatric treatment, which this bill requires you to do it within 6 hours to 12 hours upon a detainee getting into a facility, and have to wait right now. And you can go to the Oversight Committee that I spoke exactly on this issue 2 weeks ago. Veterans are on a waiting list for psychiatric treatment at Bay Pines Hospital, 60 to 90 days to get the psychiatric care that they deserve. 60 to 90 days. These are veterans who have reached out to the VA saying they have psychiatric problems and they need help. They have to wait 60 to 90 days. Well, if you're an illegal immigrant, you can just come to any CBP facility and you can get psychological treatment within 12 hours or within 6 hours. How is that? I can't see a single American in our country, regardless of your political affiliation, that thinks that is appropriate care to give to our veterans in compared to the type of care that the Democratic majority wants to give to our illegal immigrants who are illegally crossing into our country. And with that, I yield back to the chair.
I move to strike the last word.